Um, Thank you. This interview will not be complete if I do not go into your auto and the insurance, health insurance part of it. We talk of tax.
That would be the tax.
All right. It means that I think okay, we'll manage the time. We have just like 9 minutes more, but and
Okay.
let's see what we can squeeze in. What has been your experience? I know you mentioned something about a kind of encounter, an experience, a bad experience you had with helping somebody to get a car. I believe that's not the only one. Um, what's your experience with the expectation of our people as well when it comes to auto deals? Because some people cannot understand the categories of cars they are buying. Sometimes they see a very good car with good body, with nice engine. They probably will not know that that car could even be, something that is written off for a salvage vehicle, and they'll be comparing the prices and all those things. So, what's your experience in the auto sector? Um, yeah.
Yep. Experience right now is, I mean, I think a little bit tense now. Before it was tough because of the COVID, there wasn't a new car being manufactured that much. So there was all these used cars that kind of gained market. So I think that's when this kind of fraudulent activity kind of rampant. People are selling an accident car, presenting like a newer version. I mean, clean title car. Let's call it that way. So the experience I have with most people is like for a dealer have to know what kind of car they are putting on their lot. They need to have at least basic information or go detail and find the exact information. Put it on
Sorry,
their
how did you get into car dealership? I hate to interrupt when my guests are responding, but
uh,
help me match that because you're a financial expert. How did you get?
okay, okay, that one, I think I thought about that because I thought I'm going to talk about that. The thing is the car dealership stuff, as you said, is not my thing because I have a friend that time that was actually doing the car dealership stuff. And he's been asking me because I always follow him to junkyard to all this stuff, even though I was doing my insurance. But I said, no, I don't have the time for this because it's too time consuming. Go to junkyard all day, buying parts, go this, go that. I don't have time for that. I need to focus on my insurance. But along the line, if somebody else came to me, asked me for help, oh, I'm good in dealership, can you help me? I can't do this thing, you get the store, I will manage it. I said, okay, I can do that. So we started the process. Along the line, we found out like it's too much of financial resources needed. So I called another friend to join. So we end up doing this stuff. So when I did all that, this friend that I set up for ended up pulling out. That is no more interested. And I was like, hey, man, I'm not planning to do car dealership. I set it up for you to run. Now that you say you're no more interested, and the thing is in my name and my other partner name. So we are two of us. And I said, okay, maybe it's time for me to land. Now, my first concern is this. If my friend that called me the first time, land that I'm doing cardiac, how is it going to feel? Because it wasn't my plan to go and do that stuff. I was doing it for a friend.
But now
But,
it is
but
a
at the end
strong.
of the day, I said, let me just start learning how to do this stuff. So along the line, another thing that happened is this. The reason why I get into other businesses, not because I wanted to do it. What I found out is this. People kind of have a bit trust in my judgment. So when they ask me about something, I'll refer them to people that I know that are doing this stuff. Then the experience when they come back and report to me wasn't pleasant. And I find out like, why is it that difficult for people to be, because everything they complain about, I find out is a small thing to do in a business. It's not difficult. Why are they difficult for them? Sending a client to you, losing it. So at the end of the day, I have to jump in there. I say, okay, let me just do it.
Right.
Let me
I
just
would
do it.
redirect you back to the previous question so that you can quickly conclude your thoughts, your experience with the auto thing that, it's better now, but it was crazy around COVID. Can you conclude your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's really crazy around COVID. As I was saying, it's just a bad cars are full in the market at that time. And dealer people that don't know anything about buying cars, sometimes the title is not put into salvage title. It's still clean title. Some people will call it like a clean title. By the time you run the check, probably with the insurance will let you know, oh, this car is total. So people already been scammed a lot especially during that COVID. And cars at that time was very, very expensive.
Mm.
another time, especially used cars.
Right.
Used car that is probably like 4,000, end up selling almost like 8,000 because there's scarcity of newer version at
At
that
that
time.
time.
Yeah.
But it's better now, right?
But the process right now, yeah, manufacturer are improved. Things are improved now, even though the car business is still a little bit up in price, but it's not as worse as it was in during the COVID.
All right. So let me squeeze some few things more. Now let's navigate to the insurance side. The insurance, car insurance, what's your experience on that, especially dealing with our people? And we want to squeeze a lot as much into the remaining minutes. So I'm going to extend the interview with 5 minutes, but um, yeah, the insurance thing, because ordinarily in Nigeria we are used to liability insurance. We call it third party
Yeah,
over there. Here is
probably, yeah,
liability.
third
And you see
party,
people buying new cars here and very, very
get the full
expensive
coverage.
cars. What's your experience like? If you can make them short answers, you get it. Yeah, what's your experience here? Because nobody wants to pay a lot of money, insuring a car because of what we are used to over there.
Yeah, the car insurance is more of a law thing. It's more of a government mandate stuff that if you have a car going to drive it on the road, you must have the state minimum with the liability insurance, which we refer to call third-party insurance back home. So everybody that put their car on the road must have a liability insurance. It's a statute from the state regulated insurance. So now prices are different, and there are a lot of things that make your premium different to others. Some are paying lower premium, some are paying high. But generally, right now in Texas, the insurance premium are already up
Gonna
because of the dynamics of the environment.
right.
They are more risky. Texas seems to be more risky now, back to back disaster, hurricane, tornado. I mean, there's no tornado, what they call it, the hail damage.
Gail.
All those things kind of push up the premium for people. And also the influx of people from other states, especially from California, all those things kind of drag up the price. That's why the insurance. But the thing is, as much as people don't want to do insurance, the law is asking you to do it. So that means if you don't do it, if you don't have insurance, you get what? A ticket. So the ticket is in the amount of what? Almost the same thing you would have paid for the insurance for 6 months. The state will charge you the
Are
same
there
fee.
people driving around without insurance?
There are a bunch of people. Don't get this.
Really?
There are a bunch of people driving car around with no insurance. Don't see, the thing I will tell people is when you get involved in an accident and you guys are exchanging insurance, for you to be sure that the person have a valid insurance, call the insurance right there before the person leave the scene to make sure you confirm the policy is active, because sometimes people have paper document in their hand that the policy has not been paid for. They don't pay the premium and the pensioner will cancel the policy and the claim is going to be denied. So having the paper with you walking around doesn't make it like the policy is active. That is it. Then another thing is like there are a bunch of fake insurance or other insurance that we call non-admitted insurance that is not going to work in your state. It's right there. Some people are even doing insurance. They live in a different state and they are doing insurance in another state. Like I said, insurance is regulated by state. Each state regulates their insurance. So that means insurance of New York is not going to work in Texas. May not work. Let me change that. May not work in Texas because there will be a condition for it to transfer to Texas. So your insurance work in your state of your residency. So where you say you live, that's where your insurance will work. So you must
Amazing.
buy insurance in where you live, not another state.
Amazing. I want to touch on the area of the mortgage thing. I don't know how you're able to pack all these things into your head, but since you have a finance background, I don't think it's strange. What's your experience
No.
practicing in that mortgage process sector as a mortgage loan originator? Can you share your experience with us?
Yeah, I
You're
got
going to
my
answer these
I
questions
got
in
I
2, 3 minutes. That
okay.
one, and then I want to talk about the healthcare insurance as well.
Okay. So the mortgage stuff, I got my loan originator license sometime last year around I think May or June. That's when I got my license. But before then, I've worked, relate with people in the mortgage business. I've studied, I've read book, I have the knowledge about the mortgage, even though when I do not have the loan, the license to originate loan, I have the basic knowledge about how it works. So if you compare the amount you pay for your rent right now, people are paying rent almost 2,000 plus. So if you look at that, and if you're able to get a mortgage, probably you pay additional 500 or 800, depend. So that is what is making people, pushing them to go and get mortgage. Even though if you look at their paper process, they might not qualify, they might not have ready to do it. But they look at it, if I'm already paying 2005 for my apartment, I must as well pay that for a mortgage that I owe.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a good place to start, but that is not the ultimate way of getting the mortgage. I know a lot of stuff happening in the mortgage process right now that people are doing, end of story, to qualify for it. But what I will say is this: people need to prepare, because after buying a house, you're going to get a shock. The shock is like your mortgage payment is going to be up than what you expect, and you don't have the income to support it. What happens? You start struggling, get another job, get a top job, add everything to it. Stress upon that. Don't just be like my friend Avi. My friend just bought a house, so me too, I'm going to get my own house. I mean, we should be able to evaluate ourselves very well before we jump into this big, gigantic financial.
Yeah, I know that mentality. That's going to be a good way to rest it today. I know that mentality of our people that, I mean, it looks basic and commonsensical that you're paying this amount for your rent. And if you add a little more, you can get a house, because people believe house ownership is the ultimate,
Yes, there's
especially
no
for,
doubt about that. It's ultimate. I know.
yeah. Yeah, but then sometimes they do not factor some other things like what you're saying. I believe we're going to bring you back so that you can break it down on some other aspects. For us, we have exceeded the time that we actually set up
Thank you
for
so
this
much.
program, and I don't want to what's going to be your last words? If you want to chip in, maybe like 30 seconds. If you want to talk about retirement, healthcare insurance, can you squeeze all of these things? Because on our people's attitude to it, if you can do that in 1 minute.
Okay, retirement. I want people to plan for their retirement. Don't be that person that feel like retire the future will prepare
Take
himself
care
for
of
you.
itself.
Take care of yourself for you. You need to plan for, at least for the minimum. Those people that are doing 1099 job, 1099 job, they don't have any contribution into social security, no basic retirement planning at all, something that will pay you when you retire. They need to consider that. They need to think about their future. Forget about that property or anything you think you have there. Anything can happen to all those stuff. They will go away. But you need to do something that at least guarantees some minimum payment. That's what I would advise people. If they need more information, they know where to find me.
Thank you for doing this for us. I was scared if we're not going to go over time. I think this last thing you said is important because our people are involved in Amazon delivery.
Yep.
They are involved in
Yep.
with Doordash,
Doordash,
Grubhub,
all those stuff. Yep.
Favor, which
Mhm.
is good. I mean,
So you're
we,
handling your money. You are eating
but there
everything.
is no
Or not.
contribution to social
Yep.
security.
Social
That
security.
is it. We'll pick it up from there next time. Thank you, viewers, for watching, and thank you, OMS, for being our support system, producing
Thank
this
you.
all our editions. Thank you, Mr. Deepo, for Akonji, for we invited you and you came on this program to share all those gold and nuggets with us. We really appreciate you. People, we have been supported by the technical group of OMS Consulting, which is end-to-end consultants for new media, and for anything communications, digital media. Please feel free to contact them. They'll flash their numbers on the screen. They just support us on this because for me, I have my daytime job, but because I have that kind of support, they help us to handle everything on our social media. They also have remote virtual support services. Sadipo, your last word. 1 second.
All right. Thank you, viewers. We appreciate you for being here, and we hope that you learn something and you're able to go along with something to benefit your life. Thank you. See you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you. Good way to end it. See you next time, viewer. See you on the next edition. You can look into our channels for all the interviews that we have had with other personalities, and I hope we hope you are learning and gaining something. Put your questions in the chat, engage us, and let's take it continue from there. Bye. See you on the next one. Bye.